I'm back with the comparison between, on the left hand side, the Cambridge Audio SE1 and the Venture Electronics VE Bonus IE. To keep these short, because they've both got long names, these would be called SE1 and they'd just be called the BIE. It's probably best for short. So yeah, somebody asked me to compare these, and because they're both the same price, give or take a few pence, it's worth it. And because, as you can see, the form factor is basically the same. So yeah, let's get into packaging. The key thing with this has always been around the £20 mark, or a little bit less, give or take. It's kind of been around the £20 mark, but this one used to be a lot more expensive, so it has way better packaging. Obviously, I said it in the review, but yeah, so you get small, medium, large silicon, small, medium, large comply foam tips, and underneath there is like a leather pouch. If you look at the review, you will see what I mean. But yeah, and all you get with this is basically a nice enough carry pouch, and all you get is just tips, just some tips, and that's it. You don't get no box or nothing. Obviously that beats for packaging. Let's get them out of the way. So let's get to the bonus BIE. So small ball, that's got a large ball. It's very hard to see, but there's left, right, obviously fixed. Let's get this one, get one of these. Incredibly similar. Extremely close size. This is a smaller body, but this, you know, in the end it's basically the same. See, it's incredibly similar. But yeah, so the only thing is left, right. If you're hard of sight, it may be very difficult to see that. Oops, just about make it out there. Soft metal construction, probably aluminium, because they're not too heavy, but they're not too light. A very small vent on the back, and that's it. Good enough build quality. BIE. Be good if they actually would put a different colour on there. So if you quickly glance at these, you have no idea which is which. It says BIE both on the same side, so you know you can't really tell. This is the version without the mic, so obviously cable. When I bought this, the cable's a little bit janky, but because I've had it hanging up for quite a while, and I've been using it, it's fine now. Chin slider, straight 3.5, good at connector. But with it being cable down, you get microphonics, and you get microphonics on this one. This one, I think the cable on this is inferior. Maybe if I hang it up for quite a while, it might be better. But anyway, so yeah, like in the review, these actually are different. L and R underneath. It's again, if you're hard of sight, you know, if you're like visually impaired, you won't be able to see that. The only thing that's different on each, see, if that's sticking out, that means it's left. See, the shells aren't the same. Small, yeah, I've got a small tip on that and medium on this one. But yeah, that's how you tell the difference. Cable, still a bit janky, but I prefer the cable on the BIE. I think it's superior. I'm not really keen on this, but you know, it does the job. But yeah, this suffers from microphonics as well. Both got straight connectors. Say this one has an inline mic. This one can be ordered with an inline mic, so it can be the same. I prefer things without microphones because it's just less to go wrong. That's my preference. Comfort, they're both okay. They're both pretty much the same because it's the same kind of body. yeah, same kind of body, slightly thinner. Yeah, it looks that one's ever so slightly thinner, but comfort's fine really. My preference still, I prefer over ear, so like the anything like the VK4, the Blonde Cardinal, anything like that. The over ear is my preference. That's what I prefer. But let's get to, yeah, let's actually show you side to side. As you said, they're both metal construction, both made quite well. I can't really fault the build, the initial build. I'd love to see these with detached cables, would have been really good, but that probably send the costs up. Let's get into sound. They both have plenty of bass. The BIEs, I think, have too much, and it can be a little bit boomy, if that's probably the correct word. I think these are technically superior. The bass is a little bit less, and it's tighter, it's faster. In my opinion, the SE1 has a superior driver to whatever's in the BIE. That's a beryllium or beryllium coating. I don't know what's in the BIE, but I don't think it's a superior. That's the better one, but it should have been, because it costs 60 to 70 pounds, so it should have been better. Mids, fine. They can sound a bit thin. I think that one's more V-shaped than this, but the mids can be a little bit thin, but they're not too bad. There's still enough detail there, but there's just a little bit less of it. I think this one's still got the better mids over that one. These don't sound shouty like some of the Chinese ones do. Well, I think these are still made in China, but like some of the KZs and loads of other stuff, they tend to have the upper mid peak to make vocals stand out. These don't really have that. But yeah, the mids are fine, really. You know, they could be better, but these are only £20, so the mids are fine. If you spend a lot more money for them, then you could probably criticise. But treble's good. They both got good detail. I'm sure there's an upper mid treble roll off on both. They both got good details. The SE1 is superior for more micro details, and for general usage I preferred the sound of that to that. So overall sound, if I was to pick, ignoring the cables and everything, just for sheer sound, I prefer the SE1 over the BIE. I prefer the cable of that over that, but that's obviously more preference to me. To get to isolation, they're both okay, they're both fine really. I don't think you want too much, because that can be dangerous, but it all depends on your usage. So if you're just using these at home, more than fine. If you're using these in a town or on a commute, it depends. So if you're on a bus, you should be fine. Obviously these don't have any active noise cancelling or anything like that, so bear that in mind. Sensitivity, both easy enough to power. These are a little bit harder to power, but no real problems really. Soundstage, they're both good. I'd say the SE1 seems a little bit more 3D in its presentation. Is probably the best way to put that. I prefer the soundstage of that over the BIE. Imaging's good on both. I think they're both solid performers for imaging, as in the sound between your ears. So it's imaging is how well you can place a sound to the middle and then to your right. But yeah, they're both good for that. I want to keep this video short, because obviously I've reviewed them both. But if I was to buy one of these for £20, which is the price, if these are still available, because I think these are harder to get, these are still available to get from AliExpress. If I was to pick one, the one I'd decide, SE1. These, in my opinion, is the better sounding pair. Better tips. I think it's a superior sound, just a better driver. These aren't bad, but the thing is, at this price range, for like maybe £1 more, or actually extremely close now, is the Blonde BL03. And I think the Blonde, when you get the fitment right, is superior to both of these. So if you could pick the Blonde or these two, I would still prefer to pick the Blonde. I think it's still, for what I like, I think it suits what I like better. I think it's the better sounding pair. So I think that's it. Yeah, if anything else you want to know, just let me know in the comments. I don't think there's anything else I can say. And yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll be back with another video.